Khan. Shalawam, shalawam. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. This your Khalil, man. 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Y'all got to wake up in these last days, right? We here with this Shabbat class to bring exhortation, bring edification to y'all, Hey, and it's something, man, we love to do, This is something we love to do, man, and we excited to be able to help those that are in need, man. Gain that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and how to move about this world, keeping the commandments of the Most High. So again, peace and blessings. Shalawam, shalawam to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala. All right. I'm Nathaniah, K.O.Y. Dallas Sec. Like the brother was saying, man, we love to get on here. We love to edify people, man. And we not only that, sometimes we learn some new things from each other while we doing this. So with that being said, man, first and foremost, we always want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten Son, Yahushua, man.
Khan, man. Captain Double War Gabar, man. We out here again, right? Trying to wake up the hopeful elect, man. Making major moves, man, to really sit down and edify the people, man, on multiple occasions and multiple days. Making our body a living sacrifice, right? Not sleeping much, up studying, praying for the brothers and sisters that's out there lost, man. Even praying that the 2/3 may wake up, man. That way we could get up out of this wretched kingdom, man. Right. So to all the brothers and sisters, man, being good wives, good husbands, right, or the best husband and the best wife they could be. The children being obedient to their parents, right, as unto the Lord, man. Wives being obedient unto their husband, as unto the Lord, man. And the husbands being obedient unto Yahushua, man, and to the apostles, man, that walk this walk, to the disciples that walk this walk, man. I want to say a big shalawam, man, to all y'all, man, out there doing this work, man. The brothers and sisters that's just coming into the truth, man. Big shalawam, man. Kwam Yashala.
That's right. Kwam Yashala. Right. So the topic of today, is what type of man and husband you should, and what type of man and husband should you not be, right? Living in this world, right? Not following the guidance of men of this world and the traditions of men, but rather following the guidance that the Most High deems us as we should, man. Right? To be the man He wants us and expects us to be. Not what damn Jake said down the street, but what thus saith the Lord said, and using the wisdoms and instructions to do so, So we're going to go ahead and open up with the law in this portion, right? Deuteronomy chapter 20. Right, let me bring this up on the screen. Hey, Nathaniel, go on mute and call Taziathan. Tell him I keep bringing him in and out, but I don't know what's going on with his. I keep adding him to the stage, but he's falling back out.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Khan. You loud and clear.
That's cool. I'll leave it like that.
Loud and clear, King.
The water.
It's because he don't know what he's doing.
Ayan the bar, man. Hey, salute the people right quick before we bring out the precepts.
Khan, Shalawam, Yashalallah. I'm soldier to Ziathon. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim the Hamashiach Yahushai. All glory, honor, and praises to the Most High and to His Son who was sent as sacrifice, so that for us and Yasharallah can turn from his sins and return to the culture of ours. Man, thank everybody for joining. To new people who are joining in and trying to learn how to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We're here to try to teach the
Hey, mute your thing while you're flipping through the pages while the brother's saluting.
Khan, the proper breakdown so that we can edify the nation, man, out of love and honor for the Most High and fear for the Most High, most importantly. All right, so thank you all. I hope everybody's ready to be edified.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom to everybody in the chat right now too, man.
Khan, that's right. Shalawam. All right, so we're gonna open up this thing with Deuteronomy chapter 20. All right, and I'll start at verse Salakia. Let me get that real quick. Exodus 20 is what I want. All right, Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And it reads, And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right? And what does that mean? Right? That's going into other powers, right? Other rulers, other people being overseers over you. You know, don't have anybody else over you but what the Lord is, man. Don't put these people in power over you. Don't be voting for presidents and damn congressmen, right? Don't let nobody of this world, the men of this world, right, wicked men, guide you. But yet let the Most High guide you instead, right? So don't have any other gods or powers over him, right? Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Con. So I wanna make a quick point on this, right? So as we know, Yahweh is a jealous God as well. Us as human beings, we're also a jealous power as well, right? But men, you know, we're gonna equate this to men, right? When it comes to having a wife or wives, right? You want to keep your eyes single, right? You don't want to go out there and now you're following every woman, on IG, and you aroused every time you see these different women. You got to keep your eyes single, because if you got a wife or wives, is you need your dedication to be unto them, right? You don't want to keep adding in more images, more problems, more deities into your life. You want to keep your eyes single on your wives. I know I keep on saying that, but that's really how it is, or you will lose the thing that you truly love, right? So because you're not going to treat her as if she is who she is, you will treat her as if she needs to become what they are, right? Learn how to be content and build up your woman rather than looking outside, to try to get something already put together. Any woman you get is not going to be all the way put together. You have to put them together, right? So just like the Most High, He laid down boundaries in our relationship, in our life, right? We have to lay down boundaries too with our wives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just to touch on that too, man. It's like you get gifted, even if they put what kind of put together. It's like getting gifted a plant, right? That plant could already be a full grown plant, but just because it's full grown, does that mean I no longer have to water it? No, man,
Mm.
I gotta go out there every day. I gotta water that plant and nourish that plant. Make sure it's getting the proper amount of sunlight every day. Otherwise, it's just gonna wither and die away, man.
And you gotta prune it, right? You gotta prune the plant so it could be healthy and grow. Or if it get like dead leaves and stuff like that, the whole plant is liable to get contaminated, right? And this is where our women need to be more optimal on listening to us, and understanding that, okay, if I tell you you need to leave the Facebook alone, if I tell you you need to leave Instagram, TikTok alone, right? I'm only doing that because I see the way that is making you think. I see the way that is making you act. And as me being your guide, being your leader, uh I need you to leave those things alone so you could get a better connection with the Most High. Because if we're not one, right? Right quick, I want you to get me be of one mind. I believe it's in Timothy. Hold on. No, matter of fact, give me agree together in Ecclesiastes, a man and a wife that agree together. I think it's Proverbs. Hold on. Because if we don't agree together, man, we constantly gonna be butting heads, man. And if you don't want to be led on the right path, right? it's gonna jam me up. Now I'm treating you some type of way because we just don't believe the same thing. Sirach chapter 25 and 1.
Con.
Con. Get that up here.
And I think that's where the main conflict come in at. And for women, I think it's a little bit harder when they're in the truth and their husband is not, because they have to kind of lead by example, but not lead. You feel what I'm saying? You just kind of got to be that wife, that holy set apart wife. And Lord willing, your husband continually asks you questions like, why you so good to me all of a sudden? I know you in this new faith of Hebrew Israelitism, but why you cook every day now? Why you make sure that everything is put together and clothes are folded and stuff like that? I just don't understand. And eventually he's gonna be like, you know what? I want to learn more about what you believe in, right? And that's how it works with a woman. But with a man, it's like, hey, babe, you mind come and sit down with me right quick, and can we read a chapter together? I really found some good information in this chapter, and can you mind, right? And then you have other brothers that I was talking to a brother about this last night. Then you have other brothers where it's like, depending on your wife or depending on your daughter, right? You could tell them, hey, babe, come sit down. We're about to read this chapter. And after this chapter, you could go back to doing whatever you want to do, right? But it would have to be the level of respect that that person will have for you, right? So there's certain ways, too, that you have to communicate. It's time to study, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually need to start implementing that myself, right? But go ahead.
Con, all praises. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, and verse number 1. And it reads, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
And the reason why that's beautiful, because now we don't have to have conflict. Every conflict that we have in, we know that, okay, the words that come out of your mouth could cause for strokes. Okay, so I don't want my woman to punch me in the face. I don't want to hit her in the face. So I'm gonna watch the words that come out of my mouth. Okay, and then also, the tongue, right, will kindle a fire that's hard to get put out. So every word that I say, I have to get judged on, right? And then in Matthew it says, every in the mind, right, or in the heart is treasure, right? And that treasure could be good or bad, but what comes out of my mouth tells you what type of treasure I got in my mind. So now I'm gonna watch what I think. So that therefore I say things that's conducive to the way that we live in, right? That's gonna work with the way that we live in, right? Are you?
Con. That's right. You got anything, Nathaniah?
Live. That was a good breakdown.
All right, going back. Con. All right, Exodus 20 and verse number 5 now. Or again. Right, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Right? So these are boundaries that are set, right? It's the same. We got to set, like Cap Gabawar said, we set boundaries for our women, what to do and what not to do. Why? For their good, right? But as men and as husbands, we got to also set boundaries for ourselves, so that way we're able to take control and take hold in righteousness of our households. You know, reading on.
Hey, hold on. What you saying that? Let me kind of like throw something in there. I'm gonna lay me back off of that too, man, because what I realized lately is that I have a couple things that make me not the man I want to be. Right, when I get around certain people, I try to keep the conversation going, because if y'all not talking, right? If y'all not talking, we gotta talk about something. I can't just we not just gonna sit here at a barbecue and not talk about nothing, right? So, but if I'm around the right people, I talk about the scriptures, right? And we talk about the Most High. But if I'm around the wrong people, the worldly people, I'll start talking about individuals, women problem, man problem, right? How to guide your family problems, right? And then sometimes I might be disingenuous, right? So I had to realize, okay, as a man, like the brother was saying, we gotta watch certain positions that we put ourselves in, because a lot of times it'll hurt somebody, it'll offend somebody, and it'll jam us up, right? So we got to keep in mind of those things, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Hey, Shalawam. Hey, Shabbat Shalawam to Sakari Riverside, man. All praise the Most High for your mighty brothers out there holding it down in the IE as well. Kwam Yashala.
Khan, shalom, shalom,
Shalom,
man.
shalom.
All praises, all praises.
Uh,
Right? Reading on. Exodus 26. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Right? So in this fold, hey, we show mercy to our wives, man. Right? Being an upright man and taking control of our households, we show mercy to our wives because they love us, right? And love is what? Action, right? They do what you say to do in righteousness. You know, we ain't leading them into doing any wicked works. We ain't pimping out our women, right? We ain't doing them dirty. We ain't doing nothing because we understand that this is the type of man that we should be, right? And when they show us love, we give them that mercy, right? Okay, I know you kind of got a little upset, but hey, I'm not gonna get upset back. You know, I'm gonna show mercy on you. I know you kind of, made me mad and you was heated, which kind of made me a little heated, but you know what? I'm not gonna take that to heart. You know why? Because I know that you love me by your actions, and I'm gonna show mercy upon you because why? That wife keeps the commandments, right? Honors the husband. Why? Because we're being the man who we should be towards them, and there will be the woman or wife that they should be towards us. Con?
Con. Yeah,
Con. Go ahead, King.
All right. And stop me if you already pulled this out when I had dropped out. This is 1 Peter 3:7. All right, you want to pull it up? Did you?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up.
Con. All right, I'm waiting for you to have it on the screen, right?
Con, you could read it if you like. I just have it on the screen. Go ahead, King.
All right, this is 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. All right, giving honor unto the wife is unto the weaker vessel, and is being heard heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Right. So right here, we're given kind of a guideline on how to dwell with her, how to live with her, how to be on one accord with her. Right. It says dwell with them according to knowledge. And I think that as we grow in the truth and we gain more knowledge, we turn from the ways that we used to have. Personally, I grew up with a father who was who expressed himself with his fist, and I started to learn to do that same thing from a young age. Right. But when I came into knowledge, I learned to change that way of communicating and actually became a man and started communicating with my mouth, with my words, with my knowledge, with the truth, right? And so now when I have a disagreement, I'll bring up scripture. So that's what it means to dwell according to knowledge. I could bring up scripture instead of like, all right, you're acting stupid, get away from me. That's a stupid thing to say. And now I'm hurting her feelings instead of giving her scripture that not only that edifies her, but shows her the error of her ways so that she can grow in knowledge, giving honor to the wife. And I feel like that's how we really honor our wife, right? Because before I was in the truth, I felt like love was just way to express love was more physical, right? But that's just one aspect of love, right? Somebody who really loves you is also worried about your spiritual well-being, right? And your well-being when it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments. So I honor my wife by teaching her, right? I want her to honor God, so I honor her by honoring the Most High. How do I do that? In honoring the Most High, I teach her to do the same thing. I teach her to be on the same page as me, right? So we don't go out and she has a different doctrine because I haven't taught her or given her any understanding, right? She's asked a question and now we both look stupid because she talking about, oh yeah, the fruit was they gave Eve the actual apple, or something that doesn't make sense and it's my fault because I didn't edify her, right? I didn't honor her, right? Is unto the weaker vessel, and we already know that the woman is the weaker vessel, and is being heirs together for the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. And that should hit us a lot right there. Just we don't want our prayers to be hindered based off of the way that we are honoring our family and teaching our family, or not the lack of it, right? And with that, I yield.
So when we when we get into the weaker vessel topic, right? It's not that they're weaker, right, in many aspects, right? They're weaker in strength, right, and they're also weaker in being steadfast, unmovable, right?
Con.
A woman is easily to be drifted off. That's how the serpent knew, okay, I'm gonna get him with the woman because I know that she's never grounded. I know that she's never just like, this is what I believe in, this is my belief, and this is what I'm gonna do. No woman is like that, right? It's barely any that could say that they just what we say solar scriptorial, right? That shit, it doesn't, Salakia Israel, that doesn't happen, with women most times. They start bringing in worldly things with the truth. And you got some men that do that, but a lot of men, no, we like, if it ain't here, we ain't dealing, right?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's so easy for a woman to be persuaded by, and that's why they started this social media type of demon, man, because they know that, okay, maybe I ain't gonna get the man with everything that's out here, but the women, they gonna follow the other women, they gonna follow this, follow that, and they gonna be tricked up with every other doctrine that I could possibly put on their timeline, right? And I wanted to bring that out about the weaker vessel.
Man, I
And
got a
and with that, it's like it real quick before you bring that precept, right? According to knowledge, like the brother was saying too, man. Like you're saying, I used to would say certain things, but now I come with precepts. But it's also having that comes with not just the knowledge of the scripture, but you got the knowledge of your partner, man. You know what's gonna hurt her feelings. You know how she gonna react if you say things in a certain way. You know if you do a certain thing, what the outcome will be, right? Because you got that knowledge of your partner and how you should be able to move her closer to the Most High, man, and closer to put you both on one accord, man.
Partner is a trigger word. You feel what I'm saying? And partner is not the right word to talk about a husband and a wife, because on a simple fact that we don't operate on 50-50. You gotta say so, I gotta say so, and we never could come to who gonna be the head honcho in charge, right? We know the head honcho in charge, and we're gonna communicate certain things. And yeah, your way might be better sometimes, and my way might be better sometimes. But at the end of the day, that partner word is not for Hebrew Israelites, right? We're gonna say
I mean,
in
I think
between,
I think the
you
word
get
could
the
be misconstrued, right? But a partner at the end of the day just is just somebody that you experience and things with.
you
That's like
you
even with a
you.
business,
Hey,
I could
check it
have a
out, check it
business
out.
partner, but that don't mean he go 50-50 on everything with me in the
Exactly,
business.
exactly. But look, check this out. Me and you, we partners. We partners,
Come,
right? We learn how to deal with one another. We deal with one another, and okay, I'm gonna submit myself. You submit yourself. I'm gonna submit myself. We do that with our rib too, right? But our rib will always be our wife, right? So
come,
when you
come,
figure out your wife and you know your wife, then you know how to operate with your wife. If you know this is gonna trigger her, you don't do that, right?
come.
That word is not for this, right? Don't Salaki, don't use that in this topic. This is about husbands and wives,
Con,
right?
con.
Uh, okay, the water.
Con.
Yeah,
Not girded completely is a good word. More gullible, right? And that's why we need to be the head. You know what I'm saying? Tazia, I'm gonna let you get your precept after this. That's why we got to be the head. We got to be the one to take order and take control in righteousness, right? So I want to bring out this quick precept real fast. Sirach 42, all right? Let's get that KJV Salakia. Sirach chapter 42 and verse number 9, right? The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated, right? So this goes into the father actually caring for his daughter, right? So when you marry a woman and she becomes your wife, you're taking her from that father, you're taking her from that household, and now you have dominion over her in righteousness, right? To lead her, to guide her, the same way the father was doing. Now you have to do these things. right? In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. So we got to make sure we take full authority and accounts for our wives, and to make sure they're on track, right? And we're leading them on that righteous track, that righteous path, right? To be heirs together, just like we read in 1 Peter 3, verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. Now, this goes into a daughter being shameless, wilding out, doing all these things. But the key point of this, right, we got to keep a sure watch over them, whether they're acting up or whether they're not acting up. Oh, you know what? Hey, she's all right. She's good. No, man, you still got to keep preeminence over that, right? You still got to keep watch over them. No matter if they're going off or if they're not going off, it is still your job and your duty as a husband to watch over them and care for them all the days of your life. Right? Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. Right? How the hell you gonna have a woman out there wearing damn attire that's making other men lust? How you gonna have a woman out there just in the streets drinking bottles of Henny and twerking on top of cars, man? Right? Oh, that's your Wi-Fi? Ah, man. Hey, man. They do that thing. That's your wife? Shit, boy. I tell you, boy. Hey, what you mean you tell me? You say, hey, man. Heard about her. Like, you don't want that, man. And what does that say about you, though? You're not doing your job. You're not doing your diligence. You're not leading her on a righteous path. You're not breaking down and constantly breaking down the strongholds that was on her, right? To build her up in the spirit to be that righteous wife, because you're not doing your job, right? The same with us. The Most High had to break down the strongholds and all of these things that was on us. And now we're led in the path of the Most High. And now we're able to lead a woman in a righteous path as well, right? Finish this off real quick. And a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. See that?
And hold on. So when it says and make thee, right, and make thee ashamed before the multitude, your wife is a perfect reflection of you. So however you rocking, right, that's how she gonna rock, right? And sometimes your woman, being in this Western society, you're not able to mold her as quick as you would like to. So you might be on a better path than your wife, on a better walk, right? But you're not able to mold her because she don't want to listen, right? Or she don't want to be led. Because being led, you got to be controlled, right? I got to have a certain level of control over you, right? And sometimes your wife will go out there and do certain things, and then it's not a reflection of you, but it is, because you should have sat her down and said, look, this is not what we do. This is what we do, blase. So when they make you ashamed, it just seems like that you ain't teach them nothing. It's just like when you have a child and they go out and they do something that you taught them not to do, but they do it anyway. It's like, okay, boom, okay, well, we're gonna have another talk on that, and then another talk, and then eventually they won't do that when they go out, right? So, but your wife is a pure reflection of you, in a sense of you're not taking control of your family, right? And I could do better of taking control of my family as well. So like the brother Nathaniah said earlier, we learn together, while we do this, right?
And that go into that 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8, right? If he that provide not for his own household, right? Providing is more than just physical, man. Like
exactly, I was going to go into that right now. You got my precept.
Go ahead, Tazi. Go ahead. You can bring it up.
Go ahead. I got another one too, man.
Hey, get on the screen though.
But yeah, that's why it's important though, because it's a lot more responsibility. Go ahead. All right.
I'm waiting till you pull it up, so it's there for everybody to see. Right. 7. 3 and 7. You went to chapter 5. It's chapter 3.
Oh, so lucky. Come. There you go.
Right. So it reads, likewise, ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge. No. So like that was the wrong one.
It's 1 Timothy 5 and 8.
5 and 8. 5 and 8. Yeah.
5 and 8.
I went back to that same one I brought out earlier.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
So it says, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel, right? So that goes into deeper, like I was saying, that's deeper than just like physical providing food and shelter, man. You got to also provide that knowledge, man. You got to be able to provide that foundation for their spirit, man, right? And you
Con,
got to build them up. That way they don't embarrass you, like the brother brought out in the last precept. You don't become a laughing stock, man, because your rib is still um indulging in the ways of the world, man, and still showing herself as a worldly woman and not as a woman of the faith, man.
God. That's all right. At the water, Officer
praise the Lord.
Shaquat. All praise to the Most High. The water for tapping in, King.
The water,
Water Malak,
Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Hey, shalom, shalom, brother, man.
All praises. All
Like
praises.
That's
Sanaya, do
that's
you
our brother, man, and not the other man. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's all you got on the expound.
Yeah, that's all I want to expound on real quick, man.
Con,
But you can
okay.
you can touch
Real,
more on it, Tazi Thumb.
real quick then. Yeah, it's a lot more responsibility, like the brother was saying. Providing doesn't just isn't just covering financially providing that we have to do, right? But it's also talking about edifying and teaching them, so that they like Captain was saying, their reflection of the man. Your rib is going to reflect you, especially when she's in the public eye. We just seen a couple of examples of that with the former NBA dude whose wife had a OnlyFans and he didn't even know about it. Right?
Was that Derek Jackson or something like that?
I think so. I think so.
I don't know if that was a
Yeah,
football
man.
player or a basketball player, but I think that was Derek Jackson.
Yeah, and then once he found out, then now she even doubled down on it. So she went on a podcast and was giving Cameron a body rub down, right? Yeah, so it's foolish. And then we had another example with a dude. He put out a video asking YG to take his girl's picture off of his Instagram, and YG had posted a picture of this girl with her leg all up, with everything exposed. And the dude sent him a video like, man, that's my girl. Could you take her off your page, man? And we
It's-
looking, foolish out here. Well, we have a lot more responsibility, man, but we also have a responsibility of choosing the right rib, right? We got to have that wisdom and understanding in a sense. And I know a lot of us chose our ribs before we were in the truth, but now if once we go in the truth, it's our responsibility to teach, to edify, to build, right? I also wanted to go in real quick. I want to go to Ecclesiastes 7 in verse 26 to touch on what Cap was saying.
God, this Ecclesiastes 7:26. Go ahead, King.
Huh. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, right? And I feel like one thing about a woman is they even dealing with mine, like my rib and the truth. Sometimes our ribs can be caught up in their emotions, right? In their mind, they overthink certain things, man. And the mind, the heart is a man in itself is a snare and a net,
That's
right?
right.
You could get trapped in it. You could get trapped in thinking about stuff that it really doesn't in eternity doesn't matter. We get caught up in the now and the way it makes us feel right now, and those feelings are so fleeting. But with women, they often could get caught up in these feelings that are fleeting, and it can affect them in the long term, right? In her hands is bands, whoso pleases God shall escape from her, right? But the sinner shall be taken by her, right? Man, and that should put emphasis on
Mm.
how important it is to stay away from the transgressions of the law, to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found, right? And especially in these days, I feel like with things like social media, everybody want to be a lot of these women, a lot of even these men, they zesty. They want to be social media famous. They want to be the next IG baddie, and a lot of them not even worried about what it takes or what they have to do just to get a few clicks, a few likes, a little exposure. They make a fool out of themselves. They make a fool out of their families. They bring shame to the Most High God. by the things that they are willing to do just to get a few likes, just to get a few shares, just to get people talking about them, right? It's crazy. So out of all of these women, I found not one, right? All right. And I was just touching base on what Cap was saying earlier, especially about how our women can be taken by the things of this world, kind of with that.
Con, con.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go
That's
back
what we
up to
got.
20. Go
Uh,
back up to 27 right quick.
Kind.
God, 27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account.
So what the preacher does, right, or the teacher, right? He looks at everybody and he like asking questions. Hey, what you think about this? And what you think about this? Okay, so that's what you think. That's what you think. And now I'm able to teach you, right? But when you read the precept above, it says a woman, right? A woman move a certain way. It says, "Whoso pleadeth Yahweh shall escape from her,"
Escape.
right? But the sinner shall be taken by her. Because when you deep in sin, you deep in your flesh, right? So every time a woman come through, she twerking, she bad. You feel what I'm saying? The next thing, right? She got her face in your lap, man. Or you doing some crazy stuff behind the building, man. Or you take her into a dressing room and now you done defiled yourself and defiled somebody woman, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because no woman is really a single woman. They all done had marriages, right? They just don't know that, right? So you got to be really skeptical about who you dealing with. And the brother brought this out, but it says, "But the sinner shall be taken by her," man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to find out. We got to really vet these women, because you got husbands, man, that just loose with their seed, man. And we know up in matter of fact, I don't know if we're gonna go back to Exodus. We'll get this in a little bit, but they got men, man, that want to lay down and put his seed up in everybody, man. Right? That's not a beautiful thing. That's not a good thing. It's beautiful to have children, but it's not beautiful to have a whole bunch of children scattered around, bro. So you can't take care of them. Cause then what? Like Nathaniah brought out, you worse than the infidel now. You can't even teach your kid the right way to go, man. I got a daughter in Texas. I can't even tell her, "Hey, baby girl, it's good to wear dresses. When you go outside, yeah, you can put tights on under it, but it's good to wear dresses when you go outside. That way, a man gonna respect you, right? A young boy gonna respect you, man. And he ain't gonna look at you as an object. He's gonna look at you for your face and for who you are as a person, right? At face value.
Mm-hmm.
I yield.
That's right. That's right. God, back to Deuteronomy. Exodus. Lucky. God, Exodus 20:7. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power in vain.
In vain.
For Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
And what's a way? And what's a way to take the Lord name in vain, man? Right? I'll give you one in a second, but I'm gonna ask one of y'all. What's a way to take the Lord name in vain?
Using the commandments of the Lord or praising to the Most High, but taking it as meaningless, right? Being nothing,
Okay.
vain speech when you trying to honor the Most High God's name. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. The water Abanawa Yahweh, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. But what? At the end of the day, in your heart is planted as something that's meaningless because you're not abounding by those actions.
I was gonna say
What
the same
about
thing, like swearing by his name, right? Like a brother could be like, "Oh, I swear, hey man, I put that on the Most High. I never did that." No, damn well he did it, man. Right? So you making his name nothing. Like, oh, it's nothing for me to just swear on the Lord, man, and nothing gonna happen to me.
And at the same time, it's like we're almost like making contracts or making deals and being like before God, be like, oh yeah, God knows I'll do this. I got you, man. That's like
Mm.
we're making these covenants with people before the Most High, but it's empty. That's taking His name in vain too, because we have no intentions of keeping the end of the bargain. We have no intentions of actually doing what
Ooh,
we said we was going to do. Right?
that's
Beautiful.
nice. That's nice. So mine, right, is all that put together, right? It's very simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is our name, man? What does our name mean? What does K.O.Y mean?
Kingdom of Yasharala.
So we don't need to take the name of Yasharallah. unless we gonna do what the hell Yahweh say. Because it says a
Mm-hmm.
prince that has power with Yahweh, right? So if we're gonna be that prince, we gotta listen to the Abba, right? We gotta listen to the king, man. Right? So all those things reign under that, Yasharallah. If you're not gonna do what Yahweh said, man, you might as well have stayed out there and been a nigga out there in that street, been a Mexicoon in the street. You feel what I'm saying? Because once you take Yasharallah, you gotta figure out how to do this thing the right way. Right here, Lonnie. Your food. Come in, Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Food right here. On the table. Look, right there. Yeah, so once you take that name Yasharallah, man, that's taking the Lord's name in vain, and you're gonna do anything opposite than what the scriptures say.
That's right. That's right. Quick precept real fast. Right. So if some of y'all that don't know, K.O.Y, Kingdom of Yasharallah, this is our home scripture right here, right? It says, neither shall they say lo here or lo there, for behold, that the kingdom of God is within you. Right. So knowing that the kingdom of God is within us, that we have the power to actually manifest the kingdom by keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and doing what thus saith the Lord says, right? Knowing that internally, but not acting on these things, hey, you're taking it in vain, man. You're taking that being a heir to the kingdom in vain. You're taking what the Most High promised to us in vain, right? Khan, are you?
Khan. And that's
Khan,
exactly
beautiful.
what I was saying, King. I appreciate you on that double down. once you take Yasharallah, boy, you better be moving like Israel, you know what I mean? or you taking the Lord's name in vain, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it goes into everything y'all brother said, man. Right? Swearing by his name, saying that you down for Yahweh and you're not keeping the laws to the best of your ability. Man, moving how you want to move, doing the desires of your heart rather than the desire of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai heart. Right?
That's right. That's right. Reading on. Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Right? 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
And all of this, man, it says die, right? It says nothing about those over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those over there ain't got nothing to do with us over here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your cattle, your children, your family, right? Your slaves, right? We in America, we have no say so about those people over there. We got every say so about our die, right? So let's just keep that out there.
Verse 11. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Right. So what we can see here, I got you, King. So what we can see here, everything that we build for our households as being the proper husband, right? As being a proper man for our families, right? We build on a weekly basis. We build and it might not even necessarily be a week. It could be a years of building, right? It could be 5 years of building, 7 years of building. But the point is, you're building your household, right? And everything that comes with it, right? So guess what? We rest on that seventh day, you know, because in 6 days we keep building our households and being the proper men we should be to our families and to our wives, you know, and we rest on that seventh day, meaning what? We build until something's complete, right? And when we build until something's complete, Yahweh is going to bless that day and hallow it. You know, we got to bless that day. Oh, look what all I built. I've been a good husband. I've been walking and abounding in the work of the Lord. I've been being righteous. May the Most High bless what I built, you know? And that goes into walking on the righteous path, you know, being that husband and that family man that we should be as men. Now you.
Get hollowed it, and I yield.
Hollowed. Quadash, right? Consecrate, sanctified, prepare, dedicate,
dedicated what he did, man. Just like he dedicated us, he dedicated the Sabbath day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sanctify is another word for dedicate too. It means when you dedicate it to something, right? If I'm dedicated, nothing. If I'm dedicated to something, what I'm gonna do to keep it?
Everything in your power.
Everything in your power, man. So when he dedicated that day, he told us, hey, look, y'all got to do everything y'all could possibly do to keep it, man. Right. And then we
Mm-hmm.
see Yahweh Shai's walk and how he dedicated the Sabbath day. And he said the Sabbath day was not made for man, right? Man wasn't made for the Sabbath day, but the Sabbath day was made for man. Right. So when we see Yahweh Shai and how he was moving, he was waking up the people on the Sabbath day. Right. So that's why we dedicate the Sabbath day just like him, right? Slight rest, little food from yesterday that we cooked, you know what I mean? And go out there and wake up the people, because that's what Yahweh Shai did. He dedicated it, man.
Con, that's right, that's right. And I want to go into something real quick on that. This is why we build our houses, man. We build our houses week to week, right? And then we rest. But the point is, we're laying it brick by brick. We're putting that effort, we're putting that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding on how to build a righteous house, so that way nothing could take it away. You're building that righteous wife as the husbands we shall be, so that no man can come and scoop her away, right? Let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 20, right? It's Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse number 5. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, what man is there that hath built a new house and hath not dedicated it? Right? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. So if you're not constantly building your house to be dedicated, you got holes in your foundation ain't set, and you just all over the damn place, and you're not really building your house to stand strong through the waste of time, right? Whether it could be your kids, it could be your wife, and you're not doing the manly duties as a husband to dedicate that house and to consecrate that house. Hey, somebody else is gonna come swoop in on you, man. Oh yeah, I see. He don't care about his family. He ain't doing nothing for his family like that. He don't got control over his wife. He don't got control over his children, man. Hey, another man can come and swoop up your wife. But if you are strongly founded and steadfast into building your house, guess what? Your wife's gonna be in order. Your children are gonna be in order, and they're gonna look at that house like, oh, that man's house. Hey, man, he got everything under control. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have nobody trying to swoop in and oh man, shit, man, his shit's all over the place, man. I see his wife in the streets, with her ass out at the grocery store. I see his kids being bad with the kids down the street. Man, let me see what I can do, man. Hey, yo, man, I heard your husband's not treating you right. You come let a real one in. I'm saying, hey, he gonna try to swoop in on your house, man. Right? And right here, where it says because this is talking about going to war, right? Going to war. And we go to war in the spiritual realm all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Right. So if you're not spiritually equipped to handle the spiritual warfare and you falling out the wayside, somebody else is going to come and try to swoop in on you, man. The wiles of the devil. Let me read that again. That one's fire. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, what man is there that hath built a new house and hath not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle. You see that? When you get sifted out the wayside, man. You're not properly grounded. You doing 15 with an L or something. You locked up. And now somebody really gonna come swoop in on your house. Oh, I know you alone. You know what I'm saying? Your husband ain't do you right. He locked up. He don't care about you. Let a real one in your house. Okay. And she get flattered, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not her foundation ain't built because your foundation's not built. That I yield. Go ahead, King.
Because that word dedicate, when it said hath not dedicated it, and then another man dedicated, dedicate goes into the Hebrew or goes into the word kanak, right? You want to click on it goes into the word kanak. Found it. There you go. Kanak, right? Meaning to train up. To train up, right? And so if your house if your house isn't trained up, man, it's looking like free game. right?
That's
Because
right.
you haven't trained it up, you haven't taught it the ways that it should be operating, right? Now your rib running wild, your kids running wild, right? In the sense that they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't know anything, right? Because you haven't trained them up yourself. You haven't dedicated your household, and you out. You might have a strong foundation, or you think you do, and so you out here, but you leave your house vulnerable.
Hmm.
House might as well be wallless.
That's right. That's right. Beautiful. That's
Yeah,
right. So
that
we
was
got
good.
it. Go ahead, King.
I was just say that was good. Good edification going into that word.
Uh,
So this is why it's important as men. The type of men we should be is deeply rooted, strong foundation, right? Upholding and abounding in the work of the Lord, right? So that way we can keep our households in that same situation, strong foundation, deeply rooted, abounding in the work of the Lord. So no man can come and swoop us away. So that Satan be like, oh, you know what, man, it's hard to get in that one. But this house over here, the one that's all over the place, hey, I'm gonna swoop up on them, man. Right. So that's the type of people, type of men and husband we shall be. Right.
uh,
Now, you. I'm gonna go back now. Con. Con. Verse 13, 20 and 13. Thou shalt not kill. Right. What actually goes into thou shalt not murder or no murder. Right. We can't kill each other, man. You know, that's the type of men we shouldn't be. Killing one another, man. Killing our own people, man. Our brothers and our sisters, our mothers and our fathers, man. We killing them, right? Because this is the plague that's on our community for what? Being lawless, not having a strong foundation, being easily moved and not well equipped to handle certain situations, man. Not following the guidance of the Most High and the instructions of the Lord. Hey, man, we go into this thing, man. You know, it's a heavy plague on our community, man. Black on black crime, right? Black on brown crime, brown on brown crime, right? Because we don't follow these laws. We don't have a strong foundation, right? Anybody else? Anybody want to expound on this part?
Nah, it's all good.
yeah.
Come, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of man we shouldn't be, right? Rather, the man we should be is okay. He got him a wife. He trying to build his foundation. He trying to build his house. Okay, that all praises, right? But okay, man, let me. I see. Hey, man, you know what? Your husband left. Hey, let me go. Holla at me, man. Come get with a real one, man. You know that's wicked, man. We can't be doing that. You see a man walking down the street with his wife, holding her hand, but you still over there lusting after her. Like, oh man, shit, she can even come get with me. I'll show her how to really do this thing. Hey, that's wicked. You know?
Hey, grab the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse number 18. Right, because there's a certain way for a man to commit adultery and a certain way for a woman to commit adultery, right? Every way, right? Cheating is not the same word as adultery, right? Cheating means that you told this person that you only want to be with them for the rest of your life, and then you go out, you have sex, and then you come back home like nothing ain't happened. That's cheating, right? But even Yahushua, Jesus Christ, taught us this is the right way for a man to go about things, and a right way. This is a wrong way for the man to go about things, and a wrong way for a woman to go about things. And let's see what Christ said.
What verse ox lucky?
Verse 18.
Come. This is Luke chapter 16 and verse number 18. Whosoever putteth away his wife and marrieth another committeth adultery.
So if you put away your wife and you marry another wife, you commit adultery, right? But if you get another wife and you court another wife and you bring another wife into the marriage with your wife, right? That's not adultery. So adultery, according to Yahweh Shah, right, is if you put away your wife and you get another wife, right? According to the law, right, that's not adultery, right? That's just you getting another wife. But the reason Yahweh Shah came was to make us know the law even better, right? So he said, whosoever putteth away his wife, right, and marry another committed adultery. But if you keep that wife, or you want to keep that wife, but she leave you because you get another wife, you're not in the wrong. she is, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind, right? Go ahead.
Con, read on. And whosoever marrieth her that is put away from her husband committeth adultery.
So if another man come and lie with a woman that you gave a bill of divorce, right? They committed adultery. Read on.
Mm.
Con, that's it.
That
Goes
that's it.
into
That's it. That's it.
con.
That's it. So now, and whosoever marrieth her that is put away from her husband committed adultery. So that man committed adultery with that woman, right? And let's go to uh the other precept.
You want it in the law?
Yeah,
It's
I
Leviticus
think
20:10.
yeah, I believe it's Leviticus. Yep, bring that out. Right, because a woman only has one way to commit adultery, right? Period, point
Mm-hmm.
blank. Once she opened her legs to receive that husband, hey, that's your husband for a lifetime. If he get one wife, two wife, three wife, 10 wives, you got to stay with that man for the rest of your life, right? Or you gonna be wrong according to God. According to this world, you gonna have a lot of people backing you up. You feel what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that nigga ain't this and that man ain't that, and you deserve better, girl, and all this nonsense, right? But when God said, "Hey, it's an honorable thing for a man to have multiple women," right? For a man to have, because when we read in the precept that we brought out earlier, it's a beautiful thing when a wife and a husband agree together. So if I got three wives and we all agree together, that's a beautiful thing, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
that's honorable in the eyes of the Most High. But if I'm going out cheating and I'm coming home and I'm acting like nothing ain't happened with you, that's unhonorable. That's not beautified, right? That's actually me being wicked, right? But if I come home and I let you know, hey, look, I took another wife or I'm working on taking another wife, that's not being wicked. That's being righteous. I'm letting you know that this is another addition coming into my life, right? It's not about you. You don't gotta like her, right? But this is another addition coming into my life. This is my other wife. Not you don't even have to worry about it if you don't want to, right? And that's being beautified because you and this woman as in one mind, you and this woman in one mind. But if all y'all could come together and work together, that's even more beautiful. That's called the empire, right? A kingdom,
Mm-hmm. Nation building. That's right.
right? But
God,
go ahead.
God. This is Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, right? If he take him another wife, her
Mm-hmm.
food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Con, I didn't want that, but you can expound on that. I didn't want that.
Right. So if you take you another wife, man, you can't treat her any less than. You have to treat her with the same duties that you would provide for that first wife, right? Oh no, and she gets a full plate and you just get the damn mashed potatoes. Hey, she got 5 pairs of clothes that I got her today. I'm gonna give you 2. Like you got to treat them on that. You got to keep them all equally yoked, right? Along with yourself. You all got to be on one accord, like Cap said, on one mind, body, and spirit, man. Right. So you cannot
Con,
diminish. You can't withhold anything. If you take another wife, you got to treat her the same way as your first wife, right?
con. I mean, they get the same treatment, right? No
Mm-hmm.
matter if you like one more than the other, they get the same treatment, right?
What do you want?
Get for
Leviticus
me
10.
21 and 13.
Gone.
Right, just to just
Leviticus.
to just to go in on that, because even last week, right, we went on what it is to be a good wife, right, in the truth. And this week we going on what it is to be a good husband or a man of God, right? And even last week we brought out precepts against the men, right? So this week it'll be the same thing because we're trying to get men to understand what's righteous and what's not, just as well as getting women to understand what's righteous and what's not, what's good and what's bad, right? Um, so you might want to start up some, scroll up a little bit.
No,
Boom,
it's
boom,
going
boom,
to
boom, boom. Nope. Yep, go down. Yep.
13.
Yep. Read that right quick.
God, Leviticus 21:13. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow, or a divorced woman, or profane, or an harlot, these shall he not take.
Go ahead.
But he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife.
And this is the real regular way, right? Right now we dealing with harlots, to be honest. Every woman we got with has slept with over 5 men, right? And maybe even some women mixed up in there. That's really us dealing with a harlot, right? But we understand the grace and mercy that Yahweh Shah came to bestow upon our people. So if they repent, right, and start keeping these commandments, right, and try to be a woman of God, we would deem her a virgin. You feel what I'm saying? Forget it. I ain't worried about what you did in your past, right? Do right unto me, right? And that's one beautiful thing about having a Hebrew Israelite that really practiced this thing and honor their woman, even though we know that you come from a harlot background, right? Even two husbands, if you had 2 husbands, man, you're wicked, you're off, right? Because the law tells us that we're supposed to take a virgin, and a widow or a woman that slept with multiple partners, we're not supposed to take them, right? But we take you anyway. It's honoring that. You should honor me for doing that, right? Read on.
Reading on. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, Yahweh, do sanctify him.
So when you profane your seed, you going into what Taziathan was talking about, man. Where you're not training up your children, your wives, in the way to go, right? You just kind of letting them run wild. That's how you profane your seed, man. Because if you're not laying down with an Israelite woman and training her up in the way that she could go, your children is gonna go off, man. If you have a seed with a Moabitish woman, right, you're gonna get jammed up. Now your kid, don't know whether to believe Buddha or to believe Yahweh, right? So that's what that's going into, man. You got to train them up right. Go ahead.
Reading on. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, saying, Whosoever he be of thy seed in their generations that hath any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his power.
Hold on. That ain't it either. So, but that gives you a better take, you know what I mean, on how to choose, and it should give a type of appreciation, right, unto the sisters for coming into this thing. I think the precept I want is in Deuteronomy for coming into this thing and having a man take you with all your infirmities, man, right? Having 5 different husbands, man, that's an infirmity, right? Go ahead.
What precept was you looking for, right?
It's in Deuteronomy. A man that lied with a woman and she cried not, right? Both of them shall be put to death.
Yeah, I think that
Deuteronomy
is Deuteronomy. I thought you wanted the other one in Leviticus.
Yeah, I got it right here.
And then 21 or 23 in Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 22.
22.
Is it 22? Yeah, it's 22 and 26. Yeah, come right here. Let me start at verse 25. Deuteronomy 22 and verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this manner. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man finds a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. Because he humbled her, he may not put her away all his days. God.
Nah, that you started at the wrong part, King.
God's lucky.
I believe it's 20. I believe it's 21. Con 22.
God. Verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
So that's how you commit adultery, right? By laying down with another man, right? And you marry, right? Or betrothed. That's how you commit adultery, right? We commit adultery, right, by putting away our wife and marrying another, or sleeping with another man's wife, right? Or somebody that's betrothed to another man. All right. So that's how that goes. So men don't go around that loosely with your seed, man. Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and don't be confused about fornication, man. If you're doing something without the intent to marry that woman, then that's fornication.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and just for clarity, and correct me if I'm wrong. The Hebrew
Con, you got it.
when you go into the word virgin, it's a woman of marital age, so a young woman. For the most part, those young women or a woman of marital age had not known a man yet, right? So I mean, but in general, virgin when using the Hebrew, the word virgin just means a woman of marital age, right? That's why
Nah,
they.
that's correct, but to a certain degree. And the reason being is three different things. It's a woman of marriable age, right? A damsel or a virgin could also mean somebody who has not had sex yet, right? And a virgin could also mean a young woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this context, it's talking about a woman that has not taken somebody has not taken her virginity yet. Because when you go to read 21, King.
God, verse 21. Then they shall bring out the
Oh, no,
damsel
no, no,
to the
no. My bad. 20.
God. Deuteronomy 22 and 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel,
That's what is going in on. That's what this whole context is about, is an actual virgin.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. So in this context, it's not talking about a young woman, but in the context of Mary, and certain other women, when you bring out that word virgin, it could be talking about a young woman.
Okay.
God, and that token will go into a sign of her virginity. Like, they're able to tell nowadays if she was a virgin at the time, like when people get raped, their form is different. When the doctor check them out, so, oh yeah, you for sure got raped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bleeding, you still got some blood coming out that cherry, and things like that. So that's the sign of her virginity. But if it be not found for the damsel, you got to search for that thing. Oh wait, yeah, you were a virgin. You never lay with a man. We could tell.
Yeah, because sometimes the hymen don't pop, right? Because maybe the man not girthy enough, the man not stretched out far enough, to do that, to break that thing. So they sometimes you would have to actually go search in there and see if that hymen, is there still. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that happens. Sometimes you miss it, sometimes you miss the hymen, you know what I mean? So but yeah, in this time you will come out with the sheet, right? And the blood stain and be like, yeah, they concealed the marriage is consolidated. They're married, but
Mm-hmm.
nowadays you gotta kind of go to the doctor to figure it out because your children be lying like a mug.
God. Is it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that. Let's go back into the topic at hand. just wanted to bring out the different ways of adultery. And a good husband is gonna bring, you know, he's gonna bring what he does to the table. If it's a woman, right? Maybe he accidentally slept with the woman. He was drunk. Boom, something happened. He gonna bring it home to his family and tell his wife, "Look, I took on another wife on accident, or I'm courting this other woman. It's in process, right? Because that's a more notable thing. That's what a real husband would do, right? But a little boy or a young man, he ain't gonna do that. He's gonna try to play both sides, and that's wicked, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
basically why we went into that whole spiel.
Con. That's right. That's right. Hey, peace and blessings. Big Shalawam, Kwame Asherala to the 9 viewers that stay steady in this thing, man. Shalawam. All praises to the Most High.
Khan, Shalawam.
All right, Exodus 20 and 15. Thou shalt not steal, right? Because remember, these laws pertain to the children of Israel, how to govern themselves, right? Because the Most High he's going to have us take the spoils of these other nations, those that spoiled us, that took our belongings, we're going to get it back. So this is going on to being the thieves of your own people, of your own neighbors, right? How many times, I know y'all been through this, man. How many times you either been that brother or you had that brother around you trying to help you find something that he stole? Oh man, I'll help you look for it, man. It's like, man, I can't find it anywhere. So want me to help you? I'm over here flipping. Okay, no damn what's in your pocket, huh? That's wicked. What you doing?
Man.
Yeah, that's the type of man you shouldn't be. Go ahead, King.
I got a preset for that too, right? Give me Deuteronomy 21 and 15. Right. This kind of touching on the 2 wives, but it's really touching on stealing too, right?
Mm-hmm. But Deuteronomy 21 and 15. If a man have 2 wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
Right. So that would be, you will be stealing the birthright of your firstborn child to give it because you prefer another wife over the other, right? And so you can't. That's stealing, man. That goes not just material things, man. You stole his whole birthright, and you preferring your one child over the other, even though he was the second. Really, he was the second one born, not the firstborn.
And to add on to that, a lot of times, you letting a woman cloud your judgment over the child. That child got nothing to do with you and that woman relationship. That child got everything to do with you and your relationship with the Most High. So if the blessing go that way, it go that way. It don't matter what this woman do to you, how this woman make you feel. That birthright is to your heir, right? It's to the person that's coming up under you.
That's right.
But a lot of times we let women cloud our judgment. Nah, I ain't worried about, because she don't let me see him anyway. Nah, it don't go like that.
Mm-hmm. That's it out. You?
Yeah. Salaki. I'm going to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Going back to Exodus now. Right, for all y'all that are just coming into the live right now, big Shalawam, Kwame Asherala. Glad to have you guys here. The topic at hand is what type of man and husband you should be and should you not be, right? Getting that proper guidance to build up our households in these last days, right? All praise to the Most High for you viewers.
And I do want to say, if you want, we don't have to go all the way through the law. We read the law today, so we could just stop at the end of the 10 Commandments.
Con. Yeah, I had that in mind. Con, all praises. Definitely.
That way we could get into more of these precepts.
All right. Exodus 20 and 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Right? And of course, it first lays out what you shouldn't do, right? Thou shalt not. So this is the type of man you shouldn't be, man. causing strife, causing division within your community with your own people, just because you bearing false witness. Oh man, I seen Woot go and do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just so bad things could come upon him, knowing damn well he didn't do none of these things because you hate that brother, right? Bearing false witness against your wife because why? She got you in court, right? You just have this hate for it and things like that because you didn't build your household strong enough. Now the foundations is rocky. Now you're just trying to bear false witness out of pettiness, man.
Man,
Right? You don't want to do those things. Just let the Lord be true and every man a liar. Go ahead, King.
And that I don't know if you already touched on it, but that go into even when you talking about to her family members, right, or to your family members, trying to make her look like the bad person, right? So you just making things up so you can look right, man.
Verse 17.
And a lot of times, Shalakia, and a lot of times, man, that bearing false witness, right, could go into a woman basically being delusional. Nah, you said this, but you really meant this, right? You were saying this, but it felt like to me that you was, really getting at this. Nah, bro, I said what I said, and that's what I was meaning. Don't switch up what I said for what you feel like I said, right? And a lot of times that happen within a relationship, right? And a lot of times when you do want to witness to somebody else or talk about your problems with somebody else, first you need to bring it to the person in question first, so that way you is righteous when you talk to another brother or another sister about a problem that's going on within your life, right? Sometimes you're not witnessing against that person, but you just need counsel before you go ahead and bring this up to this person. So there's certain instances where you have to actually, and this precept also goes into the talebearer precept when you go into Leviticus, right? To not be a talebearer, right? But you do want to go get counsel before you just jump into a conversation with some people sometimes. That way you're able to deal with the problem at hand correctly, right? So it's certain add-ons that go into, bearing false witness or being a talebearer.
Con. Just want to before I get this, I also want to pull something up real quick. Let's share this tab. Y'all can see that on the screen.
La.
Oh, that's lucky. Con.
Yep.
Right. So this is an example of the type of man we should not be, right? And the type of man we should be is what? If you're trying to be a man, you're not gonna be a what? A little boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having these youngling thoughts, man. You damn 30, 28, 26 years old, 42 years old, but you still got the mind of a young child, man. Not growing in the truth, man. Not growing in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on how to build up a household or how to treat your wife, right? Or to have a wife, even children at that, right? So let me pull this up.
You got my son ain't got no reason to lie. My son has no reason to lie on you. You think I did this? My son has no reason.
See, and Eve right here, she dealing with a little boy, man. Hey, he might be over age according to the legal system, right? Hey, but he's still I mean, he might be a man according to the legal system, Salakia, but he's still a little boy in his mind, right? And why a lot of these Jakes, man, they don't be having their beards, man. You know? Hey, man, a beard is a what? A manly badge of dignity, man. Manly, right? Let me play.
Yes, the hell he do.
No, what's he gain from this? His story
I don't know.
His story
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I ain't
He has
good.
told on too many people that
You think I give a damn how many times
I
you
don't
gonna
care. I'm telling you what he's telling me, and I'm going to stand by my son. What are you talking about? He ain't changed his
You better whip
story.
his ass after this.
His story has not changed. I'm telling you.
Oh my-
What is he gaining from this? What is he gaining from lying on you?
Hell if I know.
What? I don't know neither, but I'm telling you, he will not lie on you like this, period.
Don't sweat. Like I said, this is an unusual kind of story in the amount of time it occurred and the close proximity of the mother. You know, you're all laying in bed, right? Watching TV.
And I watched this man
Constantly
countless
smirking,
times.
thinking it's funny, thinking
Countless
it's not serious.
times. Of course, because I ain't do it.
But I'm telling you, he ain't had no reason.
But why would the boy say this? And then becomes so detailed as
When
Hamza
more
told me
more
to
people than-
don't
than
say.
That's
watch
another
him.
lie, because
He-
I'm
this
sitting
the
there
only
watching
person
TV.
that- come
My
on,
back
man.
is
Too many
turned to
people
him.
have been around-
I
too
have
many
no
males have
idea
been
what this
around
man
him.
is
Out
doing.
of the
I'm
blue,
barely paying
he say
attention to
Hamza
the
did
kid
it.
because I ain't got none of my own.
Like all the people that been around him, he gonna say this. Ain't no way.
He got bad kids.
Before this
Is this
incident, how was
molestation?
your relationship with the boy?
Yeah, Con. In the
Con,
same
okay.
bed.
I mean, like, he was just like some kid that Monique had.
Fair use, fair
Some
use,
kid.
fair
Yeah,
use.
like-
Act. It's fair
Who
use.
you happen to be laying in bed with?
Yeah, I'm on this side and he on this side.
No, my point is, he's not just some kid. And earlier you're referring to him as this man. He's 3 years old. You're laying in bed with her and her son. So he's not just some kid. He's the son of your girlfriend who you're laying in bed with.
He the son of my ex.
Oh my God.
Ignorance, man. Just ignorance, no guidance, no way of life, wickedness, no truth in them. Hey, this is what we got to stop. Our people got to come out that way, man. But they're giving up to damn vile affections, man. A delusion of mind, man. And we don't want to be these type of men. We want our people to come out that way of thinking and being in that wicked state, man. Being in darkness, Just wanted to pull that out real quick.
I mean,
a little bit more.
I mean, because you said that before.
I mean, I don't
They're
want no
just
harm to
some
come to
random
him.
child. They're
Right.
just some other that clearly you never care. Like
All right, let's find out. I understand there was an issue with your lie detector test. Let's bring out Dan to explain.
Children who are 3 years old don't have the capacity to make up this lie. They're usually told to lie to cover it up. So the shh is the cover up. So last week, the producers tell me that Hamza was supposed to come to the show, but he had used illegal drugs. So they said, don't use illegal drugs and we'll bring you the following week. So he comes yesterday and he tests positive for cocaine, which is something that he admitted he had done the week before. Retested again today.
Looking confounded.
Positive for cocaine. So the problem with cocaine is it has psychophysiological effects that would skew the polygraph test. So I polygraph tested him and got some off-the-chart reactions, but they're not reliable because of the cocaine use. So I conducted the forensic assessment interview, which I've done many times on the show, and which I do during the course of my regular investigations. He reveals that about 3 years ago, he was accused of touching another child. So we have the pattern separately from another child.
I asked you, have you ever been accused of that? I asked you that. And you told me no, you have never been accused of that. I asked you, bro. I asked you.
You see that? So point blank period, man. Being in that little boy mindset, right? Not having a strong foundation on how to be a man, right? Hey, you're gonna be sifted out in these last days, right? And I'm gonna put one precept and then I yield, right? 1 Kings 2. Right. 1 Kings 2:2.
Go ahead. Go ahead and get.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and get that off the screen, Con.
God, 1 Kings 2:2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Right? And keep the charge of Yahweh, thy power to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. Right? So the key point on here says to be strong, right? Therefore, right? You got to be strong, not feeble-minded, not weak-minded, right? Not a little boy-minded, right? And show thyself a man. So to be a man is to keep the charge or the commandments of Yahweh and to walk in his ways. You see that? Con, right there to you.
Con, and in our law, nothing tells us to touch a little boy or touch a little girl, man. It actually tells us to wait till we're of marrying age and get a wife, man. Right? Have our stuff together and get a 20-year-old damsel. Right? That's what our law tells us, man. Not to fornicate with a child, man. Right? And ruin this little kid's life, man.
Mm-hmm. Con, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
That's even that stuff is that's practices heathens have, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
goes into child marriages. Go into the prophet, what's his name, Muhammad. You know, he married a 6-year-old and consummated their marriage when she was 9. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Baby, what's up? Let me finish up, mama.
Wicked, man.
You look pretty. Yeah,
Con.
exactly, pure wickedness. But that's the ways of the heathen. All right, we've been so intertwined with the heathen for so long. You have brothers like that, you know, who's sick, and then they go and they bear false witness against a child. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and he had to lie to his rib and say that he had never done that, been accused of that before. That whole video was sick. It's sick, and that goes deeper than just not being a man. That goes into other issues as well. But with that idea,
That's right. That's right.
Con. All praises. All praises. Reading on. Reading on. Exodus 20:17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, or thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
And why would it tell us to not covet thy neighbor's wife? Because as them being a weaker vessel, sometimes it's easy for them to get turned on and be taken advantage of. Right? You a little touch, a little voice, like the brother Kwam Yah. Kwam Yah voice is attractive. You feel what I'm saying? And he got these high, light brown eyes. Right. So if you leave him around your wife too long by themselves and he coveting your wife, you might have a problem. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it specifically tells the man not to cover thy neighbor's wife, because when you get around her, you're gonna act a certain way. You're not gonna act out when things are getting to a certain point or the conversation is going a little left. You're gonna know, okay, now it's time for me to go find where the brother's at. Let's go by the brothers. I can't be around here like that. But when you have a man that's covered in your wife, he's gonna figure out how to sneak in unaware, right? So always remember, it's not on you, it's on that man, right? It's not on that woman, it's on that man. That man need to keep his spirit under control, because it's easy to entice a woman.
Con. I want to pull up anybody got something real quick or no?
no, I got something real quick. This is in Matthew. This is what Yahushua was talking about in Matthew 5:28 when he said, "But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery." He's talking about coveting after a married woman. All right. If we go into adultery, we have an understanding of what adultery is. We go into that word lust. It talks about coveting. All right. So if you covet or lust after a married woman, you have already committed that adultery in your heart.
Con.
Good precept, man. Kwame Yashar way to link that together, man. Beautiful.
Con. All praises.
All time.
And I want to tap in on the covet thy neighbor's house part, right? This is what happens when you covet the house of your own people, right? Things like this go down.
4 people, all teenagers, have been charged.
Fair use.
Rapper Pop Smoke. Los Angeles County DA says 18-year-old Keandre Rogers and 19-year-old Corey Walker have both been charged with murder with a special circumstance allegation. That would make them eligible for the death penalty because Pop Smoke was allegedly killed while other crimes were already in progress: robbery and burglary. The DA also alleges the slaying was gang-related. A 15 and a 17-year-old were also charged, but their names have not been released because they're minors. They've each been charged with 1 count of murder and robbery in juvenile court. According to the LA Times, it's unclear if any defendants have an attorney.
Welcome to the party.
The Brooklyn rapper, whose real name is Bashar Jackson, was killed in February in the Hollywood Hills. Every single song on Pop Smoke's posthumous debut album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, executive produced by 50 Cent, has charted in the top 50 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Right, and that's robbery and murder, man. Robbery and theft, burglary, right? Because they coveted after his house. They coveted after what he had and what they did not have, right? So when they broke that commandment, man, them curses befell them tenfold, you know. And they going go through that, man. The Most High judges the earth, man. He judges his people too. So if you do something like this, you're not bounded in the guidance of the Most High. You covet your neighbor's house. you gonna get jammed up, man. See that? You gonna get jammed up. Come with that yield. Come and pull that thing back up. Right, reading on. Oh, that's it. That's it. So we could yield on this part, right? So I just want to get a lot of these of the 10 Commandments down packed and how we can apply it today on what we shall not do, right? All the thou shalt is the things we should not do to be a man, right? To be a bounding husband and walking in the guidance of the Most High, we shall take heed to these commandments, man. And that's how we build ourselves to be the man and husbands that we need to be in our households. Anybody got any precepts?
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, King.
So I'm gonna start off in Romans, right? Romans chapter 7. Because Paul does a great job on expounding on how a husband, right, should operate with his wife.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Which one? From the top?
Nah, verse 2.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband.
So a woman is bound to her husband as long as he is alive. So that don't mean when he take another rib, you just skedaddle, right? That means you try to figure out how to operate with your emotions, being all over the place, and you make that work with that man, right? So because she's bound by the law, right? Just as well as read verse 1.
Verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
Just as well as the law have dominion over the man, the law, right, when it comes to women being wives to their husband, that has dominion over a woman as long as their husband is living, right? So it's not, I'm going to pick up my shit, I'm going to pick up the kids, Salakia for my language, I'm going to pick up my stuff, pick up the kids, and go ahead and get out of here because he took another wife. No, I'm going to figure out how to make this work and make this thing happen with this man, right? Read verse 3.
Verse 3.
Because it's not like this man is wicked. It's not like he's not giving them what they need. It's not like he's not guiding them into righteousness. It's just, he's sharing himself, right? So now I want to go, right? And that's a horrible way to live as a Hebrew princess, as a Hebrew queen, right? That's a horrible way for y'all to live. Go ahead.
Read on. Verse 3. So then if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress.
So if her husband is living and she leave because whatever the reason, right? I found he ain't really satisfying me right here. He don't make me orgasm every time we have sex. He only
wicked.
Selfish. He only cares about himself. And I have to please myself after we're done, and all these different phenomenons. And I'm always going to bring this out because this is the main reason why women in the truth begin to walk away. He gets another woman, but he's leading everybody in righteousness, right? That's not your reason to leave, because when you leave and you sleep with another man, both of y'all about to be put in that hellfire that we trying to make both of you women escape. You feel what I'm saying? So, but now you want to be wicked. You bringing another family. You bringing my kids into another family where all y'all gonna be missile food, and I gotta pray for my kids on a day-to-day basis, right? Nah, man, don't do that, right? Don't do that, man. Right? Mistakes happen, right? Sometimes you get remarried on accident to another person, and it's an accident, but mistakes happen, and we gotta learn how to live with those mistakes, man. Right? Keep going.
Reading on. Right. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man.
Why? Because a woman need a head. A chicken with the head cut off is unruly. It does whatever the hell it wants until it finally dies, right? You need a head. So if your man die, right, you need to go ahead and get you another husband, so that way you could be led into righteousness with that new man, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Yahushua, that ye should be married to another, even to him who was raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto Yahweh.
So, and that fruit comes from the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the husband and the wife. That fruit comes from the us being justified through faith, right, and grace. And that is what we're trying to teach to our women, man, as well as keeping these laws. There's a grace factor, but you don't want to commit adultery and have to use your grace for that. Because still at the end of the day, that law right there is a law of death, like we read earlier up in the book of Deuteronomy, right? Chapter 20, 22, right? 21 on down, right? Actually 20 on down. So I yield right here. If somebody got a precept, bring it
Yeah,
out.
I got a precept. 1 Corinthians 7-10.
Oh, I wanted that. So read down too, King. Read down.
Yeah,
so kind of read down. Beautiful.
God, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 10. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but Yahushua, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Right. Hey, he's saying this is not, because at times people get confused with Paul, man, thinking all Paul's words are the words of the Lord, right? When in reality, sometimes it's the words of the Lord and sometimes he's speaking of himself.
And the words of Yahushua too.
Yeah, and the words of Yahushua. So right now he's letting you know right here, hey, this is not me talking. Hey, but this is Yahushua, right? He said the wife shall not depart from her husband. And you can't just leave, like my brother brought out right now. You can't just leave your husband for any given reason, man. When a brother he lay with another woman, I don't know if I could keep going. I could keep dealing with this. I don't like the way he talked to me, man. I'm about to get it. My mom told me I could do better than him, right? All these different reasons, man. But Yahushua says commands you not to depart from your wife.
Man. Right.
Read on. Verse 11. But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband.
Salakia. And I just want to touch on this, King. You good to go, right? But it says, but and if she depart, right? If y'all separate, right? She shall remain unmarried until she reconciles with her husband. So maybe you couldn't deal with it that year, right? But don't go having sex, man, right? Maybe 2 years from now, you realize it's hard out here with me and these kids, and I need you, man, right? I know you got another wife, right? I ain't sleep with nobody, but I'm ready to come back under one roof with you, right? My Lord, my master, right? My teacher, my governor, right? But don't go out there and sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now you make it hard. You defile it, make it hard for you to come back into my life, right? Go ahead.
So yeah, like you were saying, man. When you leave, man, you can't think, oh, like I said, man, oh, you can find someone better. If you ain't gonna do this for me, whoop-de-wop over across the block will do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Or so and so gonna take care of the things you can't take care of, right? Nah, man, because now you committing adultery, right? So you can't just up and leave and then go be with somebody. If you do decide to leave, like you were saying, man, you just gotta thug it out, man. You go either you gonna remain unmarried for the rest of your life, man, or you gonna go back to the man who put you away. All right, read on that.
God. Let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife.
Right, and the husband don't put away your wife for any other reason, right? Because when you put your wife away, you cause her to sin, right? It's you now when she goes to lay with somebody else because you put her away, it's your fault that she's in that sin now. You caused that to happen by putting her away.
Verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
right? And he letting you know right here. The rest is his opinion, man. This is not Yahweh Shah speaking, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But he says if you got a wife that don't believe, but she still want to be there with you, she still want to be with you. Don't put her away just for her unbelief, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, you could touch on that more. I'm about to go use the restroom one more time.
Con, that's right.
Water running through me.
Right, because you know we're loving creatures, right? We're loving people. You know, if she don't believe in the truth and she's not really 10 toes down like how you're 10 toes down, you know, we don't mind having her around. You know, she might not believe what you believe, but still we have the understanding like I can't just put her away just because she's not satisfying me in that light. Oh, you know what? To hell with you. I'm gonna find me a new chick. No, we lay with you. We're gonna stay with you, whether you believe it or you don't. You know, and that's using wisdom. You know, and that's using understanding. Verse 13, and the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Why? Because she has the understanding that, look, man, I can't just leave him and go, oh, you know what? You don't believe what I believe. You ain't trying to serve like how I'm trying to serve. You know, I'm going to leave you and go find me another man. No, you can't do that, right? Because she understands the law. He might not, right? But it's seared in her conscience to not do these acts because then she'll be called an adulteress and she don't want to go through that wrath of the Lord at the end of the day.
Con, let me back on that right quick. And also at some point by you living righteously, you will eventually bring that husband into the fold, right? And just like a husband that have an unbelieving wife, by you living the part, I was telling Yerushalayim the other day, I was like, you just gotta go extra hard on the right hand side, and your woman will follow you. If you going hard on the right hand side, your woman, even though she's not going hard, she gonna get a little closer and a little closer. The harder you go, the further she's gonna go. So she's gonna be like you after a year when you've been going hard for 5 years. You've been mad though. You've been angry for the last 4 years because you've been doing everything righteously. You've been exercising the spirit of the Lord, the fruit of the spirit, you know, everything, bro. And she might not even be worried about keeping the law 100% yet, but she's getting closer. She let down this. She gave away the porch. She gave away all her pants. She's now wearing tights under her dress and wearing a dress when she goes out. She's now keeping her head covered, right? She's now speaking with elegance and grace, not saying a curse word every 5 minutes or every sentence, right? And this comes by you, right, exercising the spirit on a high level, and eventually your woman will follow suit behind you, right? And that's how you be saved by the unbelieving wife or the unbelieving husband, because you lead by example, and then she start following your walk. She follow your way.
God. Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now they are holy.
Are you smelling it? I just lit it.
God. That's right. That's what you just expounded on right here. You know? And that's it. That's it on that part. That's what he just expounded on was verse 14. All right. Anybody got any more precepts? Here, let me bring one out.
I got more.
Let me bring out Proverbs chapter 6. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Proverbs 2. Anybody got Proverbs 2? Proverbs chapter 2 and verse number 16, I believe. I'll start at 14. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 13, right? So this is the type of husband or man you shouldn't be, right? Who leave the path of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, right? Whose ways are crooked and they froward in their paths. Means they keep leaping forward and forward more into the ways of wickedness, more into the darkness, you know, instead of trying to catch themselves in and be like, you know what, hold on, man, let me stop doing that. Let me try to do better. Let me try to find a light. Let me get that proper guidance, man. Right? A lot of our people, man, they like to just follow in wickedness all damn day. They like to forward in the ways that are crooked. Right? Verse 16 is what I want. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. And this goes into doctrine, right? But on another fold, this can also go into a woman, man. Right? Going into the doctrine, you seeking wisdom and guidance from everywhere else except for the Most High, man. Right? You learning to be led in the path of different beliefs and systems. Now you all jammed up in your mind and you don't know which way to go, which makes you to rejoice to do evil. See that? Which makes your ways to be crooked. You see that? So being in them doctrines and different understandings is going to have you jammed up in your mind, man. That's why our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, right? But on the second fold, this also goes into a strange woman, man. An actual woman. From the flattery of her words. You get a woman, man, if you weak-minded and you're not steadfast, and you're not grounded in this truth, man, or understand it, hey, a woman just speak to you in your ear one time, man, and next thing you know, you give all your strength to her, man. Right? Now you following her path. Now you holding her Chanel bags and walking behind her, and like that damn what's that, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky damn magazine cover? You know what I'm saying? Let me get that real fast.
Hey, while you getting that go also, man. That's that going to giving your power over to the women, man. You doing anything? Y'all be seeing those memes where it be like, she says she only like Mexicans, and so then the brother come back around. He got a poncho on, and he listening to corridos, some Mexican music, man. And go all out just to please this woman, man, to catch her eye.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Look at this, man. Look at this wickedness, man. And Jake don't got no beard, man. Hashtag Jakes with no beards. You know that? Right. So the flattering of her lips, man, got him in a state of subjection, man. Submitting unto her. Letting her lead the path. And he holding the baby like he the wife. Hey, this the wife and this the husband right here, man. Hey, this wicked. You can't be doing that, man. What kind of man is going to be? Nah, man. See, the Most High ain't playing with this, man. We don't do that here. Him holding the baby. Not that holding the baby's wrong, but you putting on that role as the motherly caregiver when it should be the actual woman doing this thing. That's going off, man. Look at she's pulling him by the hand, right? So that goes into her flattering her lips, man, and him giving his strength up over unto her. Right? Let me read that again. Right? Going back. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. So you dealing with a woman that's not even bound in the works of the Lord, not guided by the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Just damn everywhere with it, man. Right? For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. Right? None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. Because they like that, man. Oh, man, I got me an OnlyFans chick, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. Yeah, it's like, are you okay with me doing OnlyFans? Shit, let's make movies together, man. Hey, I heard Jake say that. Hey, man, I found me a little stripper baddie, man. Instagram model, 50,000 followers, man. Hey, man. Her house is gonna incline unto death. Meaning what? It takes heed and puts their ear unto those that lead into death, which is the wages of sin is death. So her house inclines unto sin, which leads you unto what? Death. And her paths unto the dead. Meaning that path that she sets forth for you, right? That path that she opens up with that damn red carpet. Come on, walk this way. Come to my house, man. It's for those that are spiritually dead with no knowledge and understanding on how to walk about the ways of this world using the wisdom of the Lord, man. You see that? One more. That verse 20, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men, right? So nobody takes hold to the paths of life, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men. And keep the paths of the righteous, for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. See that? So if you remain on the paths of righteousness, you're gonna remain with the righteous, in the seats of the righteous. But if you remain in the dead, you're gonna remain in the valley of dry bones. And guess what, man? You're gonna be purged out from there, man. Right? One more, Salakia.
Hey, real quick before you get that, I got something to touch
on. Hold on, real quick. I got you, King.
Go ahead.
Psalms 84 and 16, right? Salakia. Psalm 64. Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8, I believe. Yeah, Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right? And we see our people get destroyed by these women, man. Mm-hmm. Right? And when we see these things happening, we gonna run away from that. Hey, I ain't dealing with that, man. She set them up. How many of our brothers get set up, man, by giving their strength to a woman? You know? And with that, I yield.
Hey, go back to 1 Corinthians 7 real quick. But go to verse 32, right? Because like you was just showing that little image with ASAP Rocky, man, and Rihanna, right? They role switching, and how we was touching on, hey, brothers will do anything to please these women, right? They do anything to get the attention of a woman, man. And once they got her, they doing anything to please her, man, regardless of whether it goes against the morals they stood on before they met that woman, right? Go ahead and bring that out, King.
Come on. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
Hey, man, when you was unmarried, you was focused. You had your focus on the Lord, man. You had your focus on righteousness and wisdom and understanding. Then you get you a woman, man, and you letting the woman sway you all left and right, man. She put you wherever, so just so you can please her. Hey, well, the man supposed to lead. Well, now we in a new age now, baby. Men and women are equal, and I feel like I should have a chance to lead the household too. You know what? Man, you probably right. Okay, let's try that out. And now look what the hell happened, man. Now you switch around. Next thing you know, you in a damn dress, man. Right? Hey, stop trying to please these women, man. Seek to please the Lord.
God, hey, you know what? Hey, man, I know it's the Sabbath, but my wife, she said she really want to go on a date this night. I can't come to camp. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she said, she's trying to go to the fair. Hey, man, that's off, man. That's off, man. Can't do that, man. Hey, my wife said, she said she don't want me coming to hang around with the brothers or going to camp on this day or that day. So, I'm kind of going to listen. I don't want to fight with her. So, hey, I'm not showing up to camp, man. Hey, you going off, huh? You going off, man. That's wicked, right? And this is what we see, man. I had to bring that up one more time, man. This is a powerful photo, man, with a lot of understanding in here, man. A lot of secret coding in here, man. If him that have ears to hear and eyes to see, let him see, man.
There's a lot of sustenance in that photo, man.
Man. All right, they say you yield on that, King?
Yeah, I yield on that.
Con, give for me 1 Timothy chapter 3 and 4. Go ahead, man.
God, this is 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse number 4. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Con, go ahead.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of Yahweh?
Because the church need to be in all subjection as well, right? Go to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 5, right? We all need to learn how to be subject unto the rulers that's up over us, man. Especially training us in the way of Yahweh, right?
That's right. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse number 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, and with fear and trembling.
And your master would be, right, from the child, your mother. You need to fear and tremble the rulership of your mother, right? And for the woman, it'll be the husband. And you need to fear and tremble at the rulership of the husband, right? And then you have Christ, which fear Yahweh. And then you have Yahweh, which is omniscient, that created everybody to fear him. right? But then also, right, you have the brothers that come in under you, right? The prospects, the people that's just coming to camp. You need to learn how to fear the people that's above you, because they're guiding you in the fear of Yahweh, right? And it's not that you fear them as a person or as a power above you, but ultimately you fearing Yahweh, and you know that if you go contrary to what they're advising you on, you're gonna be going against Yahweh, right? It's not that you're scared of me, but you're scared of Yahweh, and you know Yahweh is dealing with you through me, right?
That's right. That's right. Right. It says, "Be
And
obedient to them."
after this, go back to First Timothy.
God, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of your heart, as unto Yahweh Shai. Right? Verse 6, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as the servants of Yahweh Shai, doing the will of Yahweh from the heart. Man, see, you're not being put in the position, oh, I need you to do this so you can please me. No, I'm telling you to do this so that way we can both please Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Doing the will of the Most High from your mind, from your inner parts, man. Oh, I need you to do this because I will be pleased because of what you do. I need you to come to camp. I need you to make these signs. I need you to do this and do that because I want you to please me. No, we're all doing the work and abounding in the work for the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. All right. Let me mute this mic. Con, right? You understand? You understand?
Con.
Salakia. All right, now go back to First Timothy chapter 4. I mean, First Timothy chapter 3.
Con.
My bad.
Again.
My he not trying to get ready for camp, man. He wanna be lazy and at home. He wanna be one of those brothers that you were just talking about, obeying his wife and stuff.
Let me read verse 5 again. It's powerful. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of Yahweh? Not a novice, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil.
So a novice would be somebody that say something and people just listen, right? You just saying stuff, you telling people to do stuff, and then they just doing it, right? Because if that happens, you're gonna get lifted up with pride. But when you tell somebody something, you want them to kind of question you. Why am I doing this? What Yahweh said about this that makes me, have to do this, So when you're ruling your household, you wanna guide as being a follower. We're a follower of Christ. So when we leading you, we just know that we're actually following somebody as well, right? Like I follow Khalil, right? Khalil, at the end of the day, he follows me. Nathaniah follows me and Khalil, right? Chief, and Khalil got this thing going on, and we follow each other. Nathaniah follows us, right? Tadiatan follow Nathaniah. There's always a leadership going on in the foundation. And sometimes in some instances, we follow one another. Even Tadiatan and Nathaniah. I call y'all give me good guidance. I'm like, shit, okay, well, I guess I'm doing that. That's me learning when to be a follower and when to be a leader. Sometimes it's on me to accept that feminine spirit and be a follower.
God. And every great leader followed a great leader at one point in time. We're not just being followers to be followers, but we're being followers to be leaders. Oh yeah, this man, he taught me all of this. Now I followed this man and he taught me all of these things. Now I'm able to be put in a position to lead and gain another followers, right? Now them followers that I gained, they can say, yeah, I was led by Wooty Woo. Now I'm in a position to be a leader now. You see that? So you have to follow a leader to be a leader to get people to follow you, and vice versa, right? We lead one, each one teach one, for lack of better terms, right? Each one teach one, and we're all put in that position. You follow a leader, and then now you become that leader, and then that follower follows you, and so on. Y'all know what I mean? That's how it is.
So now go ahead and grab Sirach chapter 4 and verse number 30. And hold for me Proverbs 19 and 21. 19 and 20.
Sirach 4 in verse. What'd you say,
30.
Lucky? 30. Sirach chapter 4 and verse number 30. Be not as a lion in thine house.
So you
nor
can't rule. So you can't rule like a lion, man. You don't want to. Every time you come in, we do need to rule like a lion, right? But the context of this is not to come in the house throwing stuff around, man. Right? Don't. Hey, where you at? What you doing? Rah, rah, rah. Come here, nigga. What you? Sit down. Stand up. You don't want to do that, right? You want to more so be like that lion that kind of come through and your house respect you, right? They kind of like, what you need from me? You know what I mean? Do you need me to just be, or do you need me to serve you? Right? That's the type of lion you want to be. You don't want to be that rah lion in your household. But you do want to have a level of respect that when you see a pride and you see the man lion come through, all the women kind of go to him and start playing with him and trying to like rub on him. And you know, you want to be that lion that have a high level of respect in your household, but not to where you throwing stuff around. Go ahead.
Reading on. Nor frantic among thy servants.
Okay, so look up that word frantic, right? But when it goes into frantic, right, you could just get it from Google. When you go into that word frantic, man, it's letting you know, man, if you come in a crib and you don't know which way you want to go, hey, we should move like this. No. Matter of fact, we should move like that. Hold on. No, that's not right either. Oh God. But maybe we should go this way. You don't want to be that guy because the people that's up under you is gonna be like, hold on, what the hell? How am you confused? How the hell am I gonna follow somebody that's confused? Right? You give a layout. I'm not gonna do this month because this is why. All right. Yeah. Well, and your woman like, yeah, I don't think that's right because, well, you know, this is how we're not gonna do this month. We're gonna do it that month. Okay, baby, that's okay with me. As long as you know what you're doing, that's okay with me. But if you're like, we're gonna do this month, but next month and this timing is not gonna work. Your leadership is skewed now, right? Go ahead.
Definition of frantic, right? Wild or distraught with fear, anxiety, or other emotion.
So
Conducted.
You don't want to have a high level of anxiety when you're making decisions. You kind of want to make it and say, hey, it is what it is, right? If it don't work, if it worked, right, it's on me. I'll say that I'm wrong. I messed up. That's the type of brother you want to be leading your household. Go ahead, King.
Conducted in a hurried, excited, and chaotic way, typically because of the need to act quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, man. You make the decision, and however it falls, you just like, shit, well, I was wrong that time, you know, or see, I told you it was going to work, right? But when you drop that hammer, you want to say, okay, boom, time's done, right? Just like a judge, bing, that's it, right?
Soldier Adino said, James 1:8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And that's a perfect precept to what we're going into right here. You know, you double-minded. I don't know if I'm going this way. I don't know. Okay, let me do this. I'm just frustrating you, anxiety. Now your family looking at you like, damn, this man's leading us. Like, he don't even know what's going on. Like, you know, if you have your stuff in order, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that. I got this in order. This is the plan. This is the game plan, playbook, all of that. You know, hey, you can only get led on a good path. But if you double-minded and you swearing, oh, what am I going to do? Okay, oh, shit, I don't know. I'm stressed out. Leave me alone. And you just yelling and you're frantic with it, panic-stricken, right? That's why it says panic-stricken right here, right? Hey, you're not being a good leader. You can't lead like that, right? Good precept, good precept. No praises. Come on. All right, go back.
Hey, man, beautiful lecture, man. That was perfect. I was sitting here looking at my son go crazy because somehow his milk ended up high and he couldn't grab it. But beautiful lecture, man.
All right, I got to get ready for camp, man. We about to head out of here in like 30 minutes.
All praises. We about to get out of here too, man. Salute the people out, man. And I want to say, call Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Y'all about Shimmy y'all shot Thumb. Right,
Call all y'all by Shimmy outside Brakatha.
Everybody tuning in, man. Y'all about Shimmy y'all shot Brakatha. And I pray the Most High keep y'all fire lit, man, for the Most High, man, and to seek His face and please Him. I pray this video was real edifying for y'all, you know, and I apologize to Salaki that I gotta hop off before the brothers was done bringing out everything that should be brought out. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, I love everybody on this chat. I love everybody in the live right now. I love the whole nation, man. I pray our brothers really in this thing with all your minds and all your hearts, man. That being said, Shalawam, man.
Shalawam, King. God. So what I want to do is I want to pull up this little video real quick, and then we'll get it with our closing precepts, man. A type of man and husband we should be and we should not be, right? And this one's a powerful, man. This is a classic right here, man. Y'all gonna love this, man. Right? Right. Will's father, man. Will's father, right?
Blue, if you walk out of Will's life now, don't you ever come back.
Sit down.
I ain't got time for no lecture.
I said sit down, Lou. You know, Will was doing just fine until you showed up. But now that you're back, you have responsibilities to him.
Look, we're still gonna take the trip.
Oh, bull! Bull! Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him. You get off my...
Man, bring it out, right? You're supposed to be there for your family, man, and not the other way around, right? And I just want to get a quick precept on that one, right? Sirach 33, just to land on that point, right? Sirach 33. Let's just pull it up so I can have it. In verse 18, right? Sirach 33 and 18 says, "Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again." Right? But this is what I want down here, right here. Verse 21. "For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy." Right? You want to do for the children, but you don't want your children to you want your children to do for you, right? To come and seek you, to come and get your guidance, then you looking for the guidance of your children, right? It's not the other way around, right? Verse 22, "And all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence," meaning the authority, right? "Leave not a stain in thine honor," right? And what we see here, Will's father, he got a stain in his honor, man. Right, a deep stain in his honor. Right, you're detested, you're hated. You know, you're not being that guide. You know, they're looking like who are you, like, because you gave up all your strength, man. Right, you gave up your authority. Now you got a stain in your honor. You see that? Going back.
Got it! Because I've been there. But I didn't run out on my family. I was there every day for them, because that's what a man does.
Fine, Philip. You win. You the man. You a better man than me. You happy? Now, you gonna tell Will or not?
I'm not gonna do your dirty work for you.
Fine. I'll call him from the road.
Yeah, then why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that. Daddy-o! What's up? Will, man, I'm glad you're here. Some business came up I gotta handle. So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Just for a couple of weeks.
I understand.
Yeah. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details. Okay?
Yeah.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Will.
You know what? Actually, this works out better for me. You know, the Slimmies of summer come to class wearing next to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Will, it's all right to be angry.
Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying at least he said goodbye this time. I just wish I hadn't wasted my money buying this stupid present.
I'm sorry. If there was something that I
Hey,
could
you know
do.
what? You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him! I ain't need him then and I don't need him now.
Will.
Now, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
Man, and that's a lot of the things we go through, man. You know what I'm saying? I never had my father. I was never guided by my father, but yet that still showed me that okay, what he did, he ultimately, resulted in me in my upbringing being unguided, being wicked, following the ways of darkness, trying to seek that father figure or that guidance that we needed. Understanding that that's what happened. Guess what? I'm not gonna be that, right? I'm not gonna be that. And that's a lot of testimony of our community of what Will's going through right here, man. Go ahead, Ken. You got something?
Yeah, stuff like that, man. Stuff like that, man. I get emotional with stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because my dad was in and out of my life my whole life. You feel what I'm saying? Come in, go out, bro. I never know when the next time I'm going to see him, And a lot of things was more important than him, to him than me. And I didn't have a strong understanding of that. You feel what I'm saying? And so to see that, to be honest, like I almost started crying. You feel me? Like, because, we didn't have that, and then now we gotta be Uncle Phil. You know what I mean? We gotta be Uncle Phil to our family now, and it's hard, bro. It's rarely, it's rarely a whole month without me thinking about leaving. Because that spirit of that spirit that dad had on Will, that he had on him, man. Yeah, that spirit hop on me, and I gotta remember I gotta be a father to my children, right? Why would I want somebody else coming in my wife's life, right, being a guide unto my children, right? No, man, I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna do what I have to do to be able to raise my kids in righteousness in the right way, man. But that hurts. You feel what I'm saying? But that all stems on how to be a godly man and a godly husband as well. And a lot of times, sometimes the women mess up and leave the dad, and don't fight for their family like they should, So with that, man, it's a lot, it's a lot of feelings and emotions that come up on me with seeing that.
Con. That's right. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man, to have that understanding, man, of a man that we should be, of the husband we should be, right? And the difference between that and a man that we should not be and a husband we should not be, man, because we all just trying to make it. We all just trying to have a peaceful life to as long as we can in endurance, man, right? And let me get this closing precept on my portion real quick, right? Proverbs 22. Right, Proverbs chapter 22 and verse number 6, right? Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You see that? So we got to train up our children, man, right? In another instance, we got to train up our people in the way they should go. Give them that proper guidance for our households So that way we can stay steadfast, stay on a strong foundation, and endure into the end, and the same shall be saved. Right?
Man.
With that, I yield.
Khan, give me Proverbs 19 and 20. Whoo, man, that one hit me in the spirit, man. That shit is crazy, man. We deal with that so much in our community, man. That's one thing that's really plaguing our community, man. And you know, Lord willing, man, our families start to understand that we gotta make our body a living sacrifice, you know, for the other party in our relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it be the wife or the husband, it takes a lot of sacrifices. Sometimes you gotta prefer yourself less in your relationship, and it's hard, bro. It's hard to do that, you know, because it's like he ain't did this, he ain't did that, he not moving like this, he was late on this, he didn't do this, the bill was this, right? And then you thinking about all of that, and you start to treat your husband like that, rather than saying, you know, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, I'm angry about that, but I'm gonna love him anyway, right? I'm gonna love her anyway. And those little sacrifices make you to have a better relationship, a better wife, and a better husband, right? But a lot of times we forget that we got to make those specific sacrifices to have a better future with our wife and our husband.
God, that's right. That's right. This Proverbs 19 and verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
See, and with our relationships, we need our women as well as the husbands to go get counsel, and for our women to accept counsel from their husband. So that way, at the latter end, right, we're gonna have we're gonna have greater success, greater prosperity in our latter end. We know that this is talking about the end times where we get saved from our captivity, right? But in our marriages, the same thing goes. If we get counsel and wise counsel, we're going to learn how to be better in our relationships, right? And it's going to grow at the latter end, right? So wise counsel and instruction is a must in a marriage, right? In a marriage, in a courtship. That means a lot, right? Read verse 21 for me.
Verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart.
So there's many things that bring us to not within our hearts, right? Certain things are more important, right? Certain vices are more prominent, right, than the vices of familyship, right? Guiding our families, right? Certain devices is more important, and we need to learn, you know, how to put the devices above that's supposed to be above, and then the other things that's supposed to be below. All right.
Go ahead. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh that shall stand.
Khan, that's what's gonna stand above all, right? Is the counsel of Yahweh. You know, okay, the woman is under the man, she has to be subjected unto a righteous man. He's guiding her into the way that she should go, right? And that man is subjected unto the law, statutes, commandments, moral, dietary, civil laws of the Most High God. And that's the way he should train his wife to go, or teach his wife to go, right? That way the kids, we can have good success and good prosperity through our kids, through our banya, right? So, and you know, that concludes the lesson, man. Make sure y'all seek and counsel and instructions, right, from the elders, from people that have been in the truth and endured the same things you're trying to endure right now. Go seek that counsel, so that way your marriage could stand tall above all, man. Like my brother Banyan always say, man. Right, and with that, I yield.
God. Yeah, man. And that's the thing we should do, man. You know, a man devises all these thoughts in his ways. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to get guidance from him. But if we seek the counsel of the Most High God, Yahweh, right, Bashim Yahushai, that's the only thing that's going to really guide us in the true light, in the true path, right? Not being frantic about certain situations, not being indecisive about certain situations. Be like, you know what? This is what the Lord said I'm going to do. This is how he says I got to be a man and a husband. That's what I'm going to do, man, because the Most High is true. Let the Lord be true and every man a liar, right? But with that, we're going to close out, you know, K.O.Y. Israelites, man. Peace and blessings to all the viewers that tapped in on this live today. You know, Shalawam to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. keep enduring until the end, right? Keep staying on that righteous path with the proper guidance, man, and you shall stand at the latter end, man. Right.
And with that, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, and to the 12 tribes out there, Shalawam, man. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.